portion of the third lesson. And the fourth lesson, Sasta and Kavita has already taken, but still it is like a long gap after the gap. So if you all want to recap, I'll do it, or shall we go directly into the topic? So how many of you all want to recap? Can I say? So you all want to recap? I'll go. So this is the fourth chapter, and the topics which got over was function and operator overloading. And today what we're going to say is unary and binary. So yes, polymorphism. We came through this topic in our OOPS concepts in the first chapter. So I guess most of us will know. For some who might not know, I'll just tell you. Polymorphism is like having this. I'll just give a simple example. If a man is compared with the function, if a man is a function, he acts as a father to his son, and at the same time a husband to his wife, and also as an employee in his office. He's the same person, but at different occasions he's behaving differently. That is same as which means as polymorphism. And the types of polymorphism is compile time and runtime. And under compile time we have function and operator overloading. And under the operator overloading we have unary and binary. So the importance of polymorphism. All these were already taught, so I'll just go quickly. It increases the code reusability. Since it is the same syntax, like the same function which we use repeatedly, it increases the reusability and it enhances flexibility, makes it more readable and maintainable and all this. So the compile time, under that we had two categories, right? Compile time and runtime. So compile time is nothing but the polymorphism, it occurs during the compile time. In runtime, it occurs in runtime. It is simple. So under this, the operator and function. So operator is nothing but using the plus, minus, star and these kind of operators. And in function overloading, we have the same function name which keeps repeating. For function overloading, it is actually simple because the same function, for example, we create a function area and we can use it wherever. It depends only on the types of data type and the number of parameters. For example, if I'm giving area and if I'm giving us the parameters inside it as only in integer, it takes the content which I'm giving down in the main function to the integer. And if I'm giving it in the float, it goes with the float. And even the type, the number of parameters also, it behaves with that. Yeah, and operator overloading is using the operators. For example, you can take the plus operator. See, for people who don't know what is an operator, I'll just tell you. Operand and operators are different. Like if I tell you A plus B, A and B are the operands, and the plus which I use in between is the operator. So, in operator overloading, for example, I'll just tell you this. If I tell A plus B, the addition operator is used in between that. For strings, like I'm just telling you the use. If I use it for the strings, it is like string A plus string B concatenates the string. And for the integers, like 5 plus 2, it adds the result and gives us the result. And here you can just see the left shift and right shift. It is used in the binary operator. It is actually binary operator. But when it is, you can also use it as the input and output strings with C in and C out. That is the difference. So the syntax of the operator is the return type, the operator, the keyword operator, and the symbol, which is like plus or minus or star, whatever you use, and the operator. So two types are unary and binary. With the word we all know unary is 1 and binary is 2. Yeah, the word we know that it is 1. And in unary operator, only a single operand, like the basic things like increment, decrement, negation, and not equal to, all this will come under single operator, a single operand. So the example in real life, you can just take, if I give you a temperature and you want a negation of the temperature, when you use minus step, you convert the temperature to the negative side. That is the opposite side. Yeah, that is what happens. And yeah, in this code, we have used from the main function, we are creating two objects, which is yan1 and yan2. The constructor which we call here is the number, and we are initializing b and all this we all know. And here class name and the object which is created. The same syntax, but inside the parameters we'll pass the class name and the object. And here the same. Here value means the object 1, the value of the object 1, and n dot value means the value of object 2. So as the function occurs, you will have the output as 30. 10 is 20, 30. So the key difference between unary and binary is that one object, two object. And here the same as we will implement decrement, and they will be doing the functions and addition, multiplication, all that. And as a syntax, we will not pass anything inside the parameter, but they will be giving the class name and the object. And here it takes no parameter, one parameter. And use cases as I already